Art Creators, the game's taken over Twitch, and for meh reason. I say it's good for clips, but is it really as good as people say? I played my first couple games solo, and it was alright. I didn't understand the point of anything because I didn't read like a troglodyte, but I still booted up my next game with Phil on, and I ended up having one of the coolest experiences I've ever had, and met these two guys who had also just started the game, and we were all just grinding quests while they were explaining to me what the game is like, what is an arc, and why we don't fight this motherfucker.
I don't think it's moving. Who shot what? Oh god, it's coming right at me!
Then we ran into some suicide drones, which was pretty scary, but it was also pretty cool to experience that for a first time. So then came time to extract, and one of my teammates started talking to this other team, which is quote unquote friendly, and personally, I don't believe any of that shit. So I hid in a hut nearby, and lo and behold, firefights start, both my teammates are down, and believe it or not, I'm not a god gamer. So I take one down, but then I get shot and back to the lobby. And this is the loop, at least when you're new, that sucks incredibly. You go in, try to find some gear, sometimes you might get something that you don't even know is good, and then if you even get to make it back to the extract zone, you die because someone was camping in a bush nearby and lose all your loot. And then if you lose enough, they start giving you the food stamps equivalent of a loadout. Like, okay, I know I'm shit, you don't have to rub it in. So after a couple games with those guys, I started playing with myself. Oh wait. The solo experience is one of the most fun experiences in the game, and it also fucking sucks a lot if you don't know what you're doing, because then you end up a free walking loot crate to better players, or even worse, get gunned down by this motherfucker. See, I hate clankers. Yes, I said clanker. Let me get a clank in my house. Yeah, I'll fold laundry alright, and get mac and cheese in its battery pack if it misbehaves, but I do hate clankers, especially this motherfucker, because at least you can run, or try not to interact with most of them, but with him, nah. Come get shocked and switched down by two of my friends. Like, am I on O block? Is this King Von the Ark? Is he gonna switch me down? Like, bro. Like, I was finishing up a game and a clanker or two was chasing me and my teammate as we were trying to extract. My teammate and I get both down by the clanker, so we start quarreling, and it becomes obvious that I crawled all the way to extract and died out front of it, while my teammate barely makes it out with his life. Like, what the fuck? I hate these clankers, bro. But they're not the only threat, it's also players. I already told you about that backstabbing group, but being by yourself and interacting with people is a whole different beast. I was mostly silent because I'd rather not give up my location during the game, and honestly, in Art Creators, there might be a little over-friendliness issue.
We're running quads right now, bro.
Because if you say you're friendly, all of a sudden you're an asshole for shooting people in the shooting game where you're supposed to shoot people. Like, I don't know, man. I'll be honest, I've shot a good amount of people who say friendly, and then they try to make you feel bad, but after the kind of betrayal I've been through, hell nah. It was either you or me, dog. Like, I was doing a crest run, and I was making my way over to Ridgeline. I see a guy, he doesn't see me because I was passing by extract, and I shoot him. And he's trying to be friendly, and in solos, I especially don't believe that shit. So I kill him, and turns out he was carrying a blueprint. So I try to run to extract myself, and I get sniped at, but he doesn't pursue. So I get to extracting. Fucker ends up in the extract 2 with me. I'll be honest, I was stupid and stopped extracting and started fighting, but I'm still not crazy at combat. So I get fucked and lose my blueprint in the tube. Well, not mine, but still. There's a level of game IQ you start to get, but it sucks that sometimes you have to be mutually good to other people because no other game incentivizes this. It's a zero-sum game, like 1 winner, 99 losers. But Art Creator flips it on its head. Like, there's constant tension of, will this guy shoot me? Instead of like in Fortnite where you know that motherfucker's gonna shoot you. It makes it more human. And the map incentivizes this where there's main loot areas where if you run into someone, it's more likely that you won't fight because there are clankers running around and you'd rather not get third party. I still want to use clankers to my advantage though. Like, I would love to have an arc shoot somebody and then I sandwich them, but most of the time the map is big enough to where you won't see people most of the game unless you go to high loot area or camp extract. And I'm not gonna lie, if you camp extract, you are a bitch and deserve to get done like this motherfucker. But the spacing on the map is just great, and not to mention people spawn throughout the game to keep things fresh. There's a lot of new things that they do really well in this game, but there's one area they lack, like clear explanation of quests. For some quests is really easy, like fix this thing near Ridgeline, easy. But then there's other ones like find a supply depot, and the game mentions to you what it looks like once and then tells you to go find one. Like, what the fuck? I ended up having to search up what it looks like. I understand the game is not gonna hold my hand, and I expect that, but you gotta explain something. Even through all of that though, Art Creators is an incredible game, and I feel like I've only scratched the surface of what it has to offer. It's like an addictive drug that seeps its way in. I can't get enough. What should I review next?